Admiral Tom Reed stared at the holographic display showing the wreckage of Earth's outer colonies. 3 billion people, gone in a flash of light, victims of the Galactic hegemony's pacification initiative. The hegemony had declared it a necessary measure to ensure Earth's compliance after decades of what they called dangerous technological experimentation. "They think this will make us surrender," Reed said, his voice eerily calm as he addressed the remaining Joint Chiefs. "They don't understand humans at all." The hegemony had ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years. They had encountered hundreds of species, all of whom eventually recognized the futility of resistance and accepted their place in the Grand Order. Humanity, however, had proven problematic. "The evacuation protocols worked," General Martinez reported. "We managed to save 70% of the colonial populations. They're safely hidden in the prepared shelters on Mars and Europa." Reed nodded. "Project Nemesis?" "Ready, sir. We only awaited your command." For centuries, the hegemony had enforced strict technological limitations on all member species. FTL travel was permitted only through the hegemony's gates. AI development was restricted to basic automation. Weapons beyond a certain destructive capacity were forbidden. Breaking these rules meant punishment. Earth had officially complied. Unofficially, hidden laboratories throughout the solar system had continued working. The hegemony had discovered some of these facilities and demanded Earth cease all unauthorized research. When Earth's government hesitated, the hegemony decided a demonstration was necessary. "Send the signal," Reed ordered. "Activate all sleeper cells." Across the galaxy, in every major hegemony installation, humans who had spent decades infiltrating key positions received the coded message. The hegemony had severely underestimated human determination and patience. For every visible act of defiance, there were 100 invisible preparations for this very day. High Lord Vex of the Hegemony Council observed Earth's colonies burning with satisfaction. These humans needed to learn their place. "The demonstration has been completed, my lord," his aide reported. "We expect Earth's formal surrender within their planetary rotation." "Excellent," Vex said. "They are primitive but not stupid. They will—" The alert klaxons interrupted him. Across his command deck, monitoring stations erupted with emergency signals. "My lord, we're receiving distress calls from all sectors. Multiple gate stations report simultaneous system failures." Vex frowned. "Impossible. The gates cannot fail simultaneously." "Sir, they're not failing. They're being sabotaged. Internal security cameras show—" "Humans, sir. Humans are attacking the control centers." "Preposterous. How could they coordinate such an attack without our knowledge?" Another alarm sounded. Vex turned to see his fleet status display flashing red. Hundreds of hegemony warships were reporting critical system failures. "Sir, something is affecting our ship's energy cores. They're going critical. All ships that received maintenance at Central Hub Station within the last 5 years are affected." Vex's blood ran cold. Central Hub Station was the hegemony's primary fleet servicing facility. Almost 80% of their warships had cycled through it. "The humans," he whispered. "They've been planning this for years." On Earth, Admiral Reed watched as the strategic display lit up with thousands of points of light across the galaxy. Each represented a successful operation against the hegemony infrastructure. "Phase 1 complete," Martinez announced. "The hegemony's FTL network is down. Their primary fleet is crippled. Their communication relays are compromised." "Initiate Phase 2, Reed ordered. Throughout the solar system, hidden shipyards revealed themselves, emerging from asteroid fields and gas giant atmospheres. Earth had built its own fleet, using technology that surpassed anything the hegemony possessed. The ships were smaller but faster, their weapons more precise. "Launch all vessels. Primary targets first." Earth's ships accelerated to FTL speeds without using gates, something the hegemony had declared impossible. The human scientist had discovered the hegemony had been deliberately suppressing technological advancement across the galaxy, maintaining their power through enforced ignorance rather than actual superiority. 3 days later, High Lord Vex stood before the emergency session of the Hegemony Council. Their grand palace on the capital world now had human warships in orbit above it. How could this happen? Demanded Council Member Lax. They are primitives. They were only discovered 2 centuries ago. We underestimated them, Vex admitted. They understood from the beginning that direct confrontation was futile, so they planned, infiltrated, and prepared. While we watched their official channels, they worked in the shadows. A message indicator chimed. The human admiral appeared on the Council's display. This is Admiral Reed of Earth. Your forces have been neutralized. Your FTL network is under our control. Your remaining fleets are surrounded. What do you want? Vex asked, trying to maintain his dignity. The complete, unconditional surrender of the hegemony. All member worlds to be granted independence. A new Galactic Congress to be formed where all species have equal representation. And if we refuse? Reed's expression hardened. Then we continue dismantling your empire piece by piece. We've demonstrated we can do it. After the transmission ended, the Council erupted in outrage. Only Vex remained silent, contemplating how thoroughly they had misjudged these humans. We should have exterminated them when they were discovered. Lax hissed. Vex shook his head. That would have only postponed this moment. Don't you understand? We became complacent. For 10,000 years we ruled through fear and technological suppression. We stopped advancing. The humans didn't. So we surrender to primitives? Another Counselor demanded. We surrender to the new dominant power, Vex corrected. Or we cease to exist at all. 1 month later, Admiral Reed watched the signing of the Galactic Reformation Treaty. Representatives from 200 formerly subjugated species attended, many seeing each other for the first time without hegemony supervision. Was it worth it? Martinez asked quietly. The lives lost in the colonies? Reed's jaw tightened. We tried peaceful resistance for decades. The hegemony responded with destruction. They forced our hand. And now humanity leads the galaxy. Not leads, Reed corrected. We've ensured no single species can dominate again, including us. As the treaty was formally signed, Reed reflected on the irony. The hegemony had attacked Earth to force compliance and submission. Instead, they had triggered the very rebellion they feared most. They had tested humanity's limits, and now they faced the consequences of awakening a species that refused to be conquered. The stars themselves had new masters now, and the age of the hegemony was over.